Good evening. Tonight we're going to start with lesson 10. We're going to be naming numbers by using the place value understanding. Let's get started. So we can use money as a way to understand that there are different representations that can equal the same total. Like, for example, $215. We can arrange that in different ways, and it still will come out to $215. You can have $200 bills to make $200, 110 to make a $10, and then 5 singles to make $5. You don't even have to have $100 bills. You could have 21 $10 bills to make 210 and have that extra $5 to bring the 5 to 215. You don't have to have any 10s at all. You could just have $200 and then 15 ones. You could just have $100 bill, 11 $10 bills, and then 5 singles. Any way that you can arrange these bills are still going to bring you to the value of $215. Well, using the place value chart with just numbers, not money, we can still do the same thing by renaming the numbers. We will use what we know about place value, and we're going to rename numbers in this lesson. The word rename has a very important prefix. The prefix is re, and that means again. We're going to change the numbers again, rename. So in this example tonight, we have a place value chart that goes up to the thousands. This number reads 5,215. So what do you see in this number? Well, we see a 5 in the thousands, a 2 in the hundreds, a 1 in the 10, and 5 ones. And we are going to rename this different ways. Now, the first way we could just read it is just by looking at it and just saying, well, in the thousands, there's a 5. And in the hundreds, there's a 2. And in the tens, there's a 1. And in the ones, there's a 5. All right, well, wasn't that bad. But now we must take and rename this thousands and make them into hundreds. Because now we have a different way of setting it up. We want just hundreds, the tens, and the ones. So there's only 2 hundreds in the hundreds place. If we name the thousands hundreds and tens and ones separately, there are only 2 hundreds. If we don't name the thousands, we have to think about the thousands as hundreds. So let's think. How many hundreds are in 1,000? There are 10 hundreds in 1,000. Think of 10 times 100. That would give you 1,000. What about 4,000s? That would be 40 hundredths. Think about 40 times 100. That would give me 4,000. When we rename 4,000 as 40 hundredths, how many hundreds can we say there are in 5,215? Well, there's going to be 52 hundredths. This is going to go to the hundredths now, and it's going to become 52 hundredths. Because if you multiplied 52 times the 100, you're going to get 5,200. How many tens? Well, we still have that 110 and that 5 ones. But now we want to rename it and change the hundredths now into tens. Right now there's 110, but if we bring everything over, we're going to have 521 tens and 5 ones. Because if we multiplied 521 times 10, we're going to get 5,210 plus the extra 1 right on the end. Now we say, let's rename it. take it out of the tens and let's go all to the ones. Well, you can just have 5,215 ones. See how this goes? Like everything's going to the right, and you're can say to yourself, well, how many hundreds are there in 1,000? You need to question this all the time to make sure that you're doing it correctly. Okay, now I'd like you to try to rename some numbers. Rename 3,200 as hundreds. Rename 23,000 as hundreds. All right, time for your happy dance. Good job. Have a wonderful night.